Welcome to Dysfunctional Adults, the comedy podcast in which we discuss weird news, pop culture, and being middle-aged dads. I'm your host, John, and these are my co-hosts, Zach.
Hi.
And Jason.
Hello.
We are bitter, cynical Gen Xers saddled with crippling debt and depressingly past our primes. But that's what makes this podcast so much fun. And this week, we have a very special guest. She has been called hands down the best, hands down the best homeschooled female comedian with an old lady name in all of Salt Lake City, Utah. Eileen Dobbins. Eileen?
Thank you. I think I still hold that title, actually. So
I think you do.
I had it previous.
Honor.
Is it a self-given title or?
Yeah, I think I wrote that bio. It sounds very familiar.
It's listed on your Facebook. But I think self-promotion is still promotion, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Because without it, we would have nothing. So
Right.
Yeah.
It's different than when you like give yourself a nickname. Like I call myself Dragon, and I expect all my friends to call me that.
I do call you
That's
Dragon. You said I had to.
Yeah,
see, we also accept the "my mom thinks I'm funny"
right
line,
Which is not true for me. So.
No. She's very mad at him about this podcast.
but we all think you're funny too. And as far as I know, none of us are related to you. So
Right.
we are very excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here. I listened to
What?
I listened to your episodes.
Did
Some
you?
of them. Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome, I guess. I was really interested in the Skyrim cookbook.
well, that's like from the first episode.
Yeah.
know.
Well, I did the bookends thing. You listen to the first one, you listen to the last one, and then I could see how far you've come. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't like judging. I enjoyed everything I heard.
Oh,
Oh, you should judge harshly.
Really.
we'd recommend you start from like the newest ones and work your way back. The first ones are kind of rough. We're kind of figuring out what we're doing.
Yeah.
And the sound was really bad.
I'm just glad you listened at all. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
We appreciate it.
that makes 15 listeners now?
Yeah. Tens of 15s.
And like nine of them are us.
Yeah.
Doing it 3 times each.
Yep.
Just from different VPNs.
I don't mean to brag, Eileen, but we've made like $3.80 on Spotify. So
Yeah.
Dang.
Make it rain.
3 times.
Almost 3 and almost 4.
Throw the change out.
I'm impressed. That's like a cup of black coffee in like 1999.
Yeah, it's like half a Starbucks. We double that. We can get like a grande at Starbucks.
At least you get a couple Slurpees out of it, right?
That's true, especially on Free Slurpee Day.
So I have not gone in to get a Slurpee for a long time. Reason being, my last attempt was super embarrassing. So you know how you put the Slurpee lid on and then you put it under the tap and then you fill it with Slurpee,
Mhm.
and then you just keep eating it and keep filling it.
Yeah.
maybe you guys don't do that.
Oh, we
but,
do. I
Uh,
think everyone does.
anyway, I put a little bit too much force on the lever and it shot up. And this was last summer, so it was still kind of COVID, and there was like no one in the 7-Eleven except for the clerk. And so I had this like geyser, Old Faithful banana Slurpee shooting up into the air. And
You just set it down, walk away whistling, and act like nothing
no,
happened.
I set it down and then got napkins, and their napkins are crap, right? They're like, I don't know what they're made of. It's not paper, but as soon as you
Paper
touch
substitute.
as soon as you touch something liquid, it just disintegrates,
Yeah.
right? And so I'm like grabbing handful of napkins, and the guy is just watching me struggle. And so I'm like kind of trying to clean up as fast as I can. I've got Slurpee all over me, and
He takes out his phone, takes some pics.
Did you shoot him immediately and then get the CCTV and delete it?
I should have. But yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. So I'm afraid to get Slurpees now because I'm afraid I'm gonna like do it again. And I probably will. But it was a really long, like 2 minutes of me like frantically trying to clean up because it went everywhere on me, on the little tray that people think is a drain, but it's not.
You drink out of that.
Ew.
Wait, that's not a drain?
It's not a drain. It's a cat.
I should not be like peeing into there, or like that's not gonna go anywhere.
Like 5 feet away.
It's frowned upon. There's no strict hard rule against it, I don't think.
Now I know what your text.
There's no sign, so if you put a sign up,
anything that doesn't say you specifically can't do, it means you can do.
I was gonna say it's a good place to spit the tobacco juice, but anyway, that's what happened to me last summer. But
so you get a chaperone next time you go.
Well, I went into Maverick and I got a Maverick Slurpee, whatever they're called. So that was step one of my rehabilitation. I'll make it back.
They're gonna have your picture up there.
Watch out for this.
They're gonna like be over your shoulder watching you. Okay, a little more. Okay, no more. Slow it down.
No, I ran that thing like it exploded like a teenage virgin. So
or a 40-year-old virgin, either way.
No, because then it would just dribble out.
If you even got it working, I'm looking to use that. If you even got it working to begin with, which is not a
that red light is on for all of us.
I've never walked out of the podcast, have I? Well, guess what today is?
Today is the end. No, I'm just teasing, and I'm sure you're very virile, and fertile. No,
I'm also fertile. Yes. In fact, I'm pregnant.
Oh, yeah. Happy.
So, anyway, Eileen, what are you up to?
I'm just happy to be here. My big thing lately is I'm learning Russian.
That's cool.
On an app called Duolingo. I don't know if you've ever tried to learn
a
lesson. Yeah, if you've tried to learn a language for like a week, it was probably on Duolingo. And I'm at like 250 days, which is a lot of Russian. I don't know if you've ever tried any, but it's a lot. And I can still only say things like "my horse eats bread."
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
"Moja loshad jest chleb."
I would pay for you to fly over and be my wife now.
You would have to pay because that's how it works.
Right.
But
Russian just sounds angry.
I love it because I feel angry. And so I'm like, maybe this is my language.
They could say like the nicest, most complimentary things, and it sounds like a threat.
I don't know. I like it. It makes me feel powerful. Because people don't know what you're saying. And
so people think you're threatening them, even if you're saying, hi, how's your day? And like, okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Duolingo, is that the one that threatens your life if you don't keep doing it?
Do you want to learn a language or not? That's the question.
Yeah. Well, I guess you do.
They get results one way or another, Zach.
Right. Probably made by a Russian.
Oh, no, but listen to this. Last night, so I talked to Russian strangers on the internet. It's normal, right? That's how I practice because no one speaks Russian. I don't know if you know this. No one's interested in learning the language but me. And so I speak to Russian people, strangers. And last night, someone told me that they're in jail in Russia, which I thought Russian jails were a lot harsher than like when someone says I'm in a Russian prison, don't you think it's like
Siberia?
Yeah.
Not that like he's like, oh, I'm just flirting with girls across the sea on my cell phone, right? And so I'm like, I hope it isn't a rude question, but what is your crime? I mean, that's not rude, is it? I don't know.
Oh, he's like, I killed 12 people and ate their skin, and I'm in some like minimum security prison on my cell phone trying to hook up new victims.
That would have been so funny, but it was just one person. So he just killed one person, and his
like,
sentence.
Are you being serious now?
That's what he said.
I mean,
no one's telling the truth on the internet, right? Like, I don't think he's really. But he said that he's in prison for 5 years because he killed a member of the mafia.
Oh, okay then. I'm sure they were asking for it. Right?
Isn't that just like shaking hands in Russia, though?
Yeah.
Like my mental picture of Russia is like bears fighting like people on the street, and like they just kill each other at their bare hands.
Yeah, to win the hand of your lady, you have to behead a wild boar with your bare hands.
Right, and then
wait,
wear it.
Are we talking the bear's hands or like?
Yes and no and yes.
Actually, that'd be way cooler. If they're not doing that, they should.
Well, they're riding bears at least. I mean, that part's true, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, the Canadians ride polar bears. The Russians ride
real bears.
real bears. Polar bears suck.
This is our opinion of places we've never been.
I mean, you're spot on so far.
Oh.
I've been to Russia.
So what else did this guy say? He's only killed one person, member of the mafia, gets out in 5 years. Do you think there's a future here for you two?
He said, then, do you like movies? That was his next line. And I was like, yeah. And then I never heard from him again. I don't know. Another guy yesterday, I think I offended him by calling him a feminist. I was like, are you a feminist? And he's like, no.
Does he know what that means? You're not saying, are you effeminate? He's asking, are you a feminist? It's different.
No, he's like, I shaved my legs. I'm not a feminist.
I got chest hair. I got a beard.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that's what I do instead of dating.
It's a smart choice.
I think you made the right choice, definitely. Yeah. We know what's out there. I mean, it's like,
oh, sad.
I mean,
let the record show John pointed at Zach.
That's okay.
We love Zach.
When I'm tried for his murder, this will be the evidence.
And then no jury will convict you.
Right, and then I can talk to her online.
From Russia. Hey, it's me, Zach. Do you got any more minutes? Because mine are about to run out.
Can you pull up my comments?
That's probably what happened to him. He stopped messaging me. I was feeling bad about it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Just his monthly allotment ran out. So, you're on his redial list as soon as he gets those minutes back on his card. So don't worry. But why are you looking at me?
I don't know. Why?
I'm still turning it over in my head why John said that none of us are related to her.
I know.
I can't figure it out.
I stopped for a second too. I'm like,
because of the we said we'd also accept that my mom says I'm funny. I said, well, we think you're funny too, and we're not even related to you.
Oh, it was a
if it was that hard to understand, we can edit that line.
No, we're keeping it in.
I'm just saying, like, not only people who are related.
I get it.
Now
I think she's funny.
I missed it.
I think you should leave it in, but you should edit out the explanation just in case anyone else is confused.
If it didn't make sense, I think we should leave the explanation in.
I'm just going to edit everybody here out but myself.
So besides talking to strange men in Russian prisons, what else have you been doing, Eileen?
Oh, a bit of stand up here and there. The pandemic is we had a pandemic break. I don't know if you heard about it. I think it's almost over, but we had a pandemic
whole
break.
COVID thing. I think I heard about that once or twice.
Well, the break's almost over. We're gonna go back into it now.
Yeah.
So
it was fun while it lasted. And I had my little notebook of pandemic jokes that I've been trying to desperately get in front of an audience before the audience is no longer accessible.
Hey, you're welcome to try them out.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear something from my joke book?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. These aren't jokes yet. These are just premises. So keep in mind, I'll tell you one that's not working every time I try it. You don't by chance speak Latin, any of you?
No, does Duolingo have that as well?
They actually do,
Kind of
but
a dead language, right?
yeah, it's a dead language, which like maybe makes it less intimidating, right? Because it's like you can master this.
You can say whatever you want, and literally no one will understand you, no matter where you go.
Except for people who speak Spanish and French and Italian.
You can piece it together.
Maybe that's the problem with this joke, but I say when I'm trying to tell if something is feminist, I ask myself one question: Koi boner?
Sorry.
Thank you.
Insert boner and sorry.
Thank you. You're the only person who's ever laughed at this joke.
Well, I get it,
You're my demographic.
You found us, Eileen.
There's 3 of us.
But yeah, Cui bono is a Latin phrase that means who benefits. And so cui boner means who's boner, which I just think is funny.
I've asked that question
I
before.
like
I have now adopted that phrase.
One time when we got locked in here and the power was off, I was asking that question.
You getting poked in the side. It's like, hey.
Cui
Cui boner.
Hey, Bono.
Wait, you got locked in this room without power? It looks like a panic room.
Only in my fantasies. That's usually how they start.
We just like cut the power. Oh no, the power's out.
These guys think I don't have AC. I'm just trying to crank it up so they'll take off more of their clothes.
I just put one button together. I know your tricks.
It's just like a sick survival fantasy. You're like, now the water supply is poisoned. Oh no, we're running out of food.
We're like, Jason, why are you wearing those breakaway pants the basketball players wear? Just pull right off.
Yeah, man, I wish I had some of those.
Doesn't starvation make you feel hot?
Then I just end up hungry and at McDonald's in the middle of the night. My wife's like, "Where did you go?" "I'm not cheating on you." I saved her a mouthful of Big Mac. It's really confusing. I can't drive past the Golden Arches without getting, a rocket.
Yeah.
A Jeff Bezos rocket.
Jeez, that guy.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, we got sidetracked.
You
Keep
said
going.
boner,
You
we
said
just
yeah.
kept going.
So yeah, more material. Test something else out on us, and we promise not to,
Okay.
do those guys.
Okay, I wrote this today, so it might not make sense. Because it was from today. I don't know why I
If it was
said that.
yesterday, it would make so
It
much
would
more
have made sense yesterday,
Because a
but
lot has
today,
happened from yesterday to today.
I don't know. That was dumb. That wasn't the joke. 100 years from now, Elon Musk's grandchildren will be seated around the ship's holodeck. And they'll be watching a presentation, like fascinated how humans used to use a groundhog to predict weather. And they're going to be like, what's weather? I don't know. I also have another one about Elon Musk. A lot about Elon Musk these days, like more than we want to hear. But I think his next car should run on big dick energy. That could save the planet. So yeah.
No one's driving these cars.
That vehicle would definitely be a truck.
But with like proportionately very small truck nuts, Like,
Yeah. It's compensation for sure.
Truck nuts.
remember those?
You're a trucker. You had a pair of those. didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Wait, you were a trucker, like a semi trucker?
Like long haul.
I
Yeah,
did that
right?
for a few years. Yeah.
Oh, long haul. That's the word. Yeah. Did you have like a radio nickname thing, like Smokey and the?
No, they're all looking at me like,
He
Oh,
was
we gotta
Red
hear this.
Beaver.
"It was what?
Red Beaver.
Red Beaver." Yeah, that was Red Beaver. I got a lot of hits on the radio. No, I didn't do any of that. I was an isolationist, even in that kind of isolationist job. So
Sad.
yeah,
I want to hug you now.
you can.
Okay.
I do have great trucker stories though. Well, I
Like,
already told you guys some of them.
Oh, yeah.
now you gotta tell
Well, when you
one.
say that, it's like, such as.
One time, my brother and I, because he was also driving over the road, and he had his girlfriend at the time with him, and we met up in Washington, and we both just happened to get a load to take all the way to Florida, so big run, and so we got to run the United States together, and that was fun. But we would drive for so long that we were just punch drunk, crying, tired. We'd sit in the booth at the restaurant and eat and just talk shit and whatever. But so one night I decided to go into the attached to the restaurant was a porno store. So I decided to go in there and grab a few magazines from the dollar rack And when you get those,
Sorry.
when you get those, they put some like semi-decent looking porn on the outside and then just fill the inside
It's like
with like the worst things
like
they
midget-
can't get rid of.
midget clown 3-way or
Yeah. Yeah.
Eskimos gone wild, you know.
Yeah,
or
or the ones like I find my
Frostbite.
parents in it, or you know.
Whoa, mom, no.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
so I grabbed all that and I
Get their B squad.
cut them all
Yeah.
out. And my brother and his girlfriend were asleep in the bunk. And I plastered his windshield with all this porn and all of his mirrors with all of this porn.
B squad porn.
B squad porn. And it was awful. And I got caught doing it. People were like walking by all pissed off at me because I don't know, they had kids or something. But anyway, I left it for him, and of course he wakes up in the morning and pulls his curtains, and it's nothing but porn. That's probably one of my favorite stories from being out on the road.
One of your
That's
finest
awesome.
hours.
One of my I peaked in 2 ways.
They were
Awesome.
mad at you because you were looking at the cab after you plastered it, right? Like,
Yeah, good times.
that's awesome. And
Nice.
disturbing, both at the same time. So, but respect.
Thanks. I was pretty proud of that one.
You should be. Awesome. So is it okay to take a break real quick?
Let's do it.
All right. We're not taking a break for real. We just say that because then we insert a commercial.
Make a high-pitched sound so that it spikes the. I'm just kidding. Never mind.
Wow.
All right.
That was creepy.
My wife's out there wondering what's going on in here.
What story is he telling?
All right, so
Welcome back.
welcome back. We're here with Eileen, who
Hi.
has a last name that I do remember, but you should say it just in case people didn't hear it the first time.
Yeah, it's Dobbins. I know it's fairly hobbity, but that's what it is. I'm kind of hobbity myself. So
And we're really glad to have Eileen with us. She's really funny. She's been testing out some of her new material on us. But yeah, so you said you've been trying to get in front of audiences. Where are you performing right now?
so let's see. I'm trying to think if I have any live gigs coming up. I can't remember any, but I've just been hitting up open mics, which is the best place. People always ask me, they're like, how do I get into comedy? People ask me because I'm a woman and I'm so approachable. And they're like, can I send you a video of me doing 5 minutes of comedy? And I'm like, no, you cannot. Do not do that. I will not watch it. I don't deserve that. That is like my time is worth more than that. So don't do that if you're listening to this and you're like, she seems really approachable. I'm like not, but open mic is the place to try things is what I'm trying to say. So that's where I've been trying out these new, we don't know if they're winners or losers yet, till you say them. So
How much goes into that? I'm interested in the construction of a joke. Like, what is it? Is it simply the audience that makes or breaks a joke? And how many times will you give it a shot before you're like, that joke sucks?
that's a really good question because like sometimes you like a joke and the audience will never like it. So you could tell it forever, but that doesn't mean an audience will ever like it. Even like Seinfeld writes jokes that don't work and it's Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
Like it just happens. Or sometimes I have like my slush pile where I'm like, I cannot make this premise work, but I think it's funny. And I just put it in there. And then on a rainy day, I open up that file and I'm like, what do we have here? And if it still makes me laugh, I know there's something there, So I don't know. You just say things that you think are funny and see if anyone agrees with you.
Seems like an easy thing to do.
Yeah,
but
it's super
it's
easy.
hard.
Comedy is so easy.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It sounds like it would be easy, but I know it's not. I mean,
What's infuriating is sometimes it is really easy. It's just like sometimes you don't prepare and you go and you just have funny things like in your soul or something. I don't know, somewhere, your subconscious. You got some trauma that you got to get out, and you say it on stage, and like everyone connects with it, and it's this cathartic thing, and everyone laughs, and you're like, that is so funny. And you write it down, and then you try it again 5 more times, and it never works again. And you have no idea why. Like sometimes it's just you're in front of the right audience and you said something that they connect with and everyone laughs. I don't know.
Other times you're making jokes to Russian prisoners and
Yeah.
it doesn't go anywhere.
I tried making jokes to Russians and it does not. It's so far the barrier's a problem, but I do want to get to the point where I can make a Russian laugh. I feel like that's when you know you're funny.
You know you've made it.
Once you do that, you can then focus on the Germans, because pretty much we all know that Germans have zero sense of humor, and I think Russians are just right above that.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's true.
So where can you go around town to hear like open mics other than Wise Guys? That's the only one I know of. Is there anywhere else that does open mics?
Yeah, there's lots of open mics actually. There's
Homeless shelter.
yeah, any street corner is an open mic,
Carry
right?
around a megaphone and the entire world is your open mic. And a sandwich board.
I mean, sometimes you wonder, like, that could be really funny if that's either going to be the best or the worst thing that anyone's ever done. I don't know. There's a lot of bars on various nights of the week. Like, I don't know if you know the bar Big Willie's. It's a fun name just to throw out there. They have open mics on Mondays. I'll go down to Provo sometimes. I went to the Improv Broadway.
Are jokes allowed down in Provo?
Well, debatable. Jokes are allowed, but like you can't talk about sex or swear. So somebody once said that clean comedy is comedy for people who don't like comedy. And it's kind of true, but it's a fun challenge sometimes. I just think people in Provo are so desperate to laugh. What I like about Provo,
They'll laugh at everything.
yeah, like it's the best audience. Like bar none. They just really want to be entertained because there's no other drugs or substance or, like there's nothing else. Like they feel that high more than probably any other person in
They're like, I
there.
like this better than ice cream. It's like, "Ooh, settle down there."
Yeah. I hope that wasn't rude. I actually like people in Provo.
No,
But
No,
I'm active LDS. I like making fun of Mormons. So, but
Speaking of making fun of people, I realize I just made fun of Germans, and on our analytics on our show, we actually have a German listener somewhere, because it's like 2% of our listenership.
Not
is
anymore.
German, and that's gone. Yeah.
Klaus is like, that's it, Zach. I'm done.
I stuck with you since the beginning.
No more.
I don't know what that is. Is that German?
Sounds pretty German.
It's not like your weird Scottish German thing that you did.
This is what we do. Sorry.
No, I like it. It's fun. How long have you all known each other?
2 months.
Oh man, like 20.
I met Zach on Grindr.
Yesterday, but before that, we knew each other since we were
Like 26 years.
Yeah. 26
it's
years.
been a while.
Jason and I have known each other since 5th grade. So that's 32 years. And we met Zach in 1995-ish.
95-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 26 years. So it's been a while.
Yeah, I was in the 6th grade. I was the chubby kid. He was the skinny kid.
That was 5th grade.
See how much is 5th grade? See how much has changed? Except he got good looking and I stayed fat. So-
I feel like I'm the in-betweener. You guys needed like a guy to kind of bridge the gap. You're just like, get a kind of fat guy to just kind of
you're the
Yeah,
size
he's kind
continuum.
of good looking and kind of fat. You can't go from one extreme to the other.
We represent all demographics.
yes.
Or at least 3. But yeah, we've been friends for a long time. We used to shoot movies when we were younger that we thought were like serious, but if we watch them today, they're really funny. So,
Unintentional comedies are still comedies, right?
yeah, I was during my directorial ambition phase. But
Are we talking like full length features?
yeah,
yes.
actually we did. We had a couple
Ooh.
of
Hour and a half long movies.
Yeah, and I would edit them on these, those VCRs they have at the television station with the big tapes. I got my hands on a couple of those, and used them to edit. And it was awesome for being 15 before digital equipment. But I think our soundtrack was the best thing about all the 90s music.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was good times. So. And you would never find more creative ways to replicate blood than by giving the task to 15-year-old boys. So, like, here, make blood.
Okay.
That's like what we excelled at. We even put fireworks in my friend's garage for an explosive finale scene.
If you zoom in really close to fireworks, it looks like an explosion.
The building's supposed to be burning down while these two guys are fighting each other. And so we just got a bunch of fireworks, put them all around the garage, closed the door, lit them on fire, so we've out asphyxiated ourselves.
But a few of the shots actually look cool if you zoom in far enough.
And if you squint,
Oh, it looked good.
no,
And then
they did.
yeah, we put like fireworks on the ceilings, like to replicate stuff falling down. And it was a rental apparently, as we found out when my friend's mom got home. So yeah, we did.
It's our life in a nutshell. And we've done nothing between then and now.
Yeah, this is our
The
next
25 years in between that was pretty much a blank.
But yeah, so that's great. Besides stand-up, do you have any other creative outlets? Any acting, music, any calligraphy?
I'm still really, what's that thing where you have the string and you put it between your fingers? No, I'm not even.
Cradle?
Remember that? Yeah, like I was gonna do a whole thing about it, but I realized I didn't know enough to keep it up. My newest thing that I'm into is playwriting. So if any of you know how to write a play, let me know, because
He's an
I
actual
don't.
novelist. He has published
Oh.
books.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
something.
dinosaur erotica. It's a breakout genre.
I narrate it.
Come on, give me your Tyrannosaurus. Sexier.
Oh, that is
disturbing
on so many levels.
I don't know how to write a play. Have you? What kind of plays do you want to write? Like musicals or
Oh, comedies.
comedies?
Feels
Cool.
like, yeah. So, I don't know. I just think plays are cool because like no one. It's like I'm learning. I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm learning Russian. I'm writing the medium that people don't care about. Like I'm stuck in the Cold War. I don't know. But it's just interesting to
You
me.
can see that
I like
Ronald Reagan
plays.
poster in the background, So
I'm just like trickle down. Come on.
Let's hear your Mikhail Gorbachev impression.
Melissa Merlot, her comedy musical thing is at the Desert Star right now. So she has some.
That's funny. Yeah.
I don't know if you knew about that, but she
She was on last week. So
Fake news. Disease? Fake newsies?
Yeah.
Something
Yes,
like
yes,
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something like that. I remember Newsies. It was
That's
remember
Christian
Christian
Bale.
Bale?
Yeah.
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 He was like wanted to be a cowboy, but he's like a handsome young man in a cap.
That's before he was Batman.
yeah.
He's still handsome though.
Like right before.
Yeah.
So
Like his voice changed and then he was Batman.
he's like, "Hey, you want to play murder?" And he's talking like this. I just wanted to
That was
talk
a good Batman.
I just wanted to
impression.
talk like Batman. You just have to sound like you're angry, constipated. That's
Yeah.
Christian Bale's Batman. Angry constipation.
Is there like a happy constipation?
I don't think so.
I guess like after you've had like diarrhea for like 4 straight days. I'd rather, like if it's like dysentery or constipation, I might pick constipation for a while. Maybe.
John, we talked about this.
No talking
No-
about
no
bowel movements on
diarrhea.
mic. I'm
This
sorry.
subject come up every episode.
I'm sorry. It's a serious medical problem. that would be
Well,
the
you
only.
keep your finger out of there.
I don't tell you how to live your life, Jason. Return the favor. That's the only thing I can think of where constipation might be a good thing. Maybe.
You were looking for a real answer, right?
I'm taking notes. Yeah,
I've
please
thought
give me
about
more
this
medical
way too
advice.
often. You probably thought that was a rhetorical question, but I pondered this for days on end.
John's on those Crohn's disease commercials. You know, he's like sitting at his desk in a shirt and tie. And he's like, "Uh-oh." Do you have frequent uncontrollable bowel movements? Oh my gosh. John was in an ad though. He was a model at one point and an actor. He's been in Everwood. He's met Chris Pratt. He was in an RC Willie ad for furniture. So I have him signed. He signed it for me.
Sexy furniture?
Well, it is because he was sitting at it.
Oh.
So
Oh yeah.
but no, yeah, John was in some stuff. You were in a Disney movie too, weren't
I was.
you? Yeah.
But they cut me out of it.
Yeah.
Wait,
they- oh,
what was the movie? I want to guess what part you were in.
It was called Pixel Perfect. Did you ever
I've
see that
seen
one?
Pixel Perfect. Are you kidding me? Of course I've seen Pixel Perfect.
Yeah, I was initially was like an extra in that. I was like a construction worker putting up the sign for
A
their
sexy construction
concert, but then I didn't make it into the final cut. So I watched that whole damn movie when it came on TV looking for my shot, and I wasn't in it.
And you know what? I really feel like it was missing something. Like, how did that sign get up there is my question.
Sexy mid-20s construction worker putting up a sign.
Just wearing the vest but no shirt underneath.
Yeah.
Tight blue jeans, a tight shirt, 'cause-
I mean,
I
that's what that
think-
show needed, was something to turn people on.
and they cut that out.
I think it was essential for
It was-
continuity. How did the sign get hung? Right?
Right?
You know?
It's a
Yeah.
plot hole.
But that footage has got to be somewhere, right?
It's in my dream.
And I did a cell phone commercial that I was actually the star in, but it was for a brand called WorldTel, which I've
Oh.
never heard of.
I have.
And apparently it only played like
in
in the
China.
in the middle of the night at random times. So like at 3 a.m. It's one of those like late night random commercials that come on. So I never saw that either. But
Right next to the 1-900 sex phone line.
yeah.
It actually has the number pre-built into the phone.
Yeah.
You just like speed dial.
Use your WorldTel phone to contact sexy singles. Yeah.
In Russia, probably.
It was during that awkward time where cell phones were out, but the internet wasn't common, you know, so it was kind of the bridge.
Yeah.
Back in the dark days of like 2007 or whatever that was.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so we ready to take another break real quick?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Sure. Are we taking it now?
Yes, let's take it now.
How about now?
All right, let's do it. And now we're back. See how
It's
that
funny
works?
every time.
I know, it just never gets dull. So did Zach tell you about the show and tell portion? You've listened to the show, so you know about it.
A little bit. Mhm.
Okay.
Although I forgot, but I did Google Florida news. So
Oh, nice.
Florida.
figure
man
there's
is one of
something
the
in there.
Always.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's kind of this portion. If you have something you want to share, you can share. We can go first. It depends. Did you have anything you wanted to?
Sure, I'll share something. I hope you don't have the same thing. That would be embarrassing.
Oh, that's okay. I'll quickly find something else.
You probably have this from the New York Times. He tried to walk on water from Florida to New York. It
I
didn't
read
go
that
so
one.
well. Okay.
I don't have it though, so you can explain
Yeah.
it. But I did read that. It is epic.
Oh, well, no, you should explain because I didn't read the article.
Oh, I just saw the headline. I didn't read it either, but
Oh, shoot.
it was like one of those bubble things, like right?
Yeah, there's a picture here. He's got like yeah, it looks like a hamster wheel with bubbles.
But
right?
yeah, it's like inflatable. They
Yeah,
tried to walk from Florida to New York in it.
like when you see it, you understand completely his logic.
And
Like
didn't
when
like
you
the
see the design.
didn't like the Coast Guard have to rescue him multiple times, and they told him to stop it or they're gonna start fining him.
Yeah, they call the thing a hydropod, which sounds like something else. I don't know. But yeah, so that didn't work. That's all.
Oh, that's sad. I kind of hoped it would.
Yeah, he was surprised, I'm sure. But
I don't think he should give up, though. I think he should keep going.
I hope that he has a, what do you call that? Patent. I hope he's a patent on that design because he's a Wright brother. He's
Yeah,
ahead of
you
his
hear
time.
about these people first want to swim the Atlantic or whatever. He could be the first one to go from Florida to New York in a hydropod. Is that what it was called?
Hydropod, yeah. Like I think all good ideas are bad ideas first, right?
Yeah.
They have to be.
Like
Yeah.
the
All these
right.
people that die doing them, they were just dumbasses until someone successfully does it, and then they're like pioneers.
Yeah, I like that.
So in 25 years, we're all taking hydropods to England.
Yeah, let's do it. I want to die somehow.
I guess the only problem is by that logic, like Johnny Knoxville is like a hero.
For now, it just hasn't caught up with him yet. He can't continue forever doing.
Is
what
he
he's
still doing his stuff?
There's a
I
new
don't know.
Jackass movie coming out this year.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Wasn't he an actor for a brief moment? Like he was in a couple movies, and then he went back to
yeah,
dumbassery.
I think so.
yeah.
I remember he was in one movie I remember about the Special Olympics.
Yes, the ringer.
Yes, the Ringer. I can think of at
Ringer,
least a
that's
couple
what it's called,
others.
yeah.
He was in Men in Black 2,
I wouldn't be proud of that if I was him.
and then he was in that one with
But
The
be
Rock,
proud of
Stand
the
Tall.
Ringer. No.
It was a different time, okay, Eileen? It was okay to make fun of the disabled back in 2007.
Was it though?
Well, yeah, he's a special guy. So I'd hate to find out that he has like a super high IQ. You know, that's probably how these things usually go.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, he was also the dirty grandpa or something like that,
Bad
right?
grandpa.
Bad grandpa. Yeah, he's been in some movies.
I heard that one was funny, actually.
It surprisingly was.
Was it?
Yeah.
To general audiences or just our ilk?
Mostly people like us.
Okay.
I mean, he gets his fake manhood caught in a vending machine.
That's
And has to
happened
have
to
people try and pull him
everybody.
out. So it's a relatable problem, right?
It happens to me all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You just walk by and see it's like put their hands up and walk
Guess I
away.
shouldn't have had that out.
Oh, those words would have saved me from so many arrests.
It's 911. It's like, Jason, what's it stuck in this time?
The mailbox.
Last week
A
was the toaster,
birdhouse.
On the real though, is that a common problem? Like, do guys get their junk stuck in things?
Do zippers
Some-
count?
Yes.
Other than occasional zippers, I'd say
It really depends what you're into.
depends on what you're doing.
What kind of extracurricular activities, you know?
I feel like there's
Just like
a certain
bird watching.
age where you grow out of sticking it in things.
We haven't hit it yet,
Right.
but I
It's
assume,
like
I
in your
assume
late
there
60s,
is.
I think.
60 when you can't
Yeah.
get it and stuff anyway.
That's what the popsicle sticks are for, right? And the duct tape.
Popsicle stick and duct tape.
When you can't thread the needle, as I like to call it.
Exactly.
There is the problem of sitting on it or parts of it that happens.
There's some funny videos of that.
Yeah.
You see an old guy sit down and he all of a sudden jumps back up with this painful look on his face. And you just know what happened.
There's no getting around that.
I think the short answer to that was no. The long answer, no, with a but. So, who's next? Who's going? I guess that's me.
You want me to, or you want me?
Okay.
All right.
Actually-
I'm going. Screw you guys.
All right, Zach's going.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
The feds seized an ancient tablet from Hobby Lobby and also sold a one-of-a-kind Wu-Tang Clan album. The Department of Justice had a weird day. This is BuzzFeed and Paige Skinner posted on July 27th, 2021. It really is.
Wow,
breaking
that's
news.
breaking news.
In a bizarre day for the Department of Justice, federal officials on Tuesday announced they had sold a one-of-a-kind Wu-Tang Clan album forfeited by an infamous pharma bro. Do you guys remember that guy?
No.
the shithead pharmacy mogul that was
Raised the price
raising
on
the
AIDS.
pricing on
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
They had ended up he was talking about breaking the Wu-Tang Clan. It's a one of a kind, and he was going to break it. He was threatening to break it just to piss people off. He's a real troll. And they took it from him, and now they've sold it.
Nice.
And they also seized an ancient tablet from the deeply religious arts and crafts retailer Hobby Lobby. The DOJ first seized the Wu-Tang Clan. Blah, blah, blah. We don't care about the Wu-Tang album right now. Martin Shkreli, that was his name. In a separate development, the Justice Department also announced it had seized a rare cuneiform tablet that bears a portion of the Epic of Gilgamesh, a Sumerian poem that is one of the world's oldest works of literature. Cuneiform is the system of writing on a clay tablet, on clay tablets from ancient Mesopotamia, and many such works have since been looted from Iraq to be sold on the antiquities market. So, Hobby Lobby. It was sold many times with a false provenance letter. And then in 2014, Hobby Lobby got it, which had intended to display it in the Museum of the Bible the company helped build in Washington, D.C. They've got their hands in everything, you guys. I buy drugs from there. So
Hobby Lobby?
yeah.
Well, it's any kind of hobbies, right?
Right.
They don't actually sell the drugs. They sell the materials so you can make them for yourself.
Right. You want to
That's
snort
the hobby.
bath salts and watch TV?
It's called crafting.
Yeah. Let's see. Hobby Lobby consented to the government forfeiture. I'm just thinking, why not an all-out battle, Hobby Lobby? Don't rest on your laurels. Fight the government.
The tablet started to shake and glow with runes.
I know. I'm sitting here thinking like
It's like Stargate
Indiana
or
Jones
something.
is just like drooling, heading to Hobby Lobby to get into their warehouse, find out if they have the
Is that why he's drooling? Not because he's 80?
well, the poor Harrison Ford. Yeah, the rest of it's boring.
That's kind of awesome, though.
In 2010 and 2011, the company bought thousands of ancient artifacts smuggled out of Iraq and had to pay a $3 million settlement in 2007 after the feds seized them.
Wow.
Yeah.
The lobby's into
Wow.
smuggling artifacts, huh?
The lobby. I like that name for it. It's cooler.
That's because they'll baptize you until you can't breathe anymore.
Yeah.
If you get in their way.
So they are currently ranked #1 in shittiest company, in my opinion, right now.
Well, there's the mafia. And there's
Well, yeah.
They're
probably
afraid.
part of the
well,
mafia.
they're afraid of the lobby.
They're-
You don't screw with the lobby.
no, nobody does.
Hobby Lobby,
Nice.
don't sue us, please.
Hey, Hobby Lobby. Fuck you.
All right, I'll go because I really kind of didn't do well this week as far as my homework. So this is less of a news story and something I learned from TikTok, which I'm currently obsessed with because it's funny. Let's see. So I learned what a Merkin is. Has anyone ever heard of that before?
Absolutely. We're in the know. We know.
Is this
Yeah.
like sarcastic nodding
No,
and I'm
we
not
know.
in the loop?
I was born and raised American.
No,
No, but I really know what it is.
America. Nice.
I'm just done.
Do you have a mic just so you can drop it and walk away?
Bye. I just log off.
She's gone.
She got the last laugh. We can't beat that.
Well,
Shut it down.
this is a scholarly thing, so don't, if mom you're listening, hang up now. So
Your
apparently-
mom knows what American is. Oh, sorry.
I hope to all the gods in creation that she doesn't, because that's going to make it so I can't sleep tonight. So basically, it's a toupee for the genitals.
Oh.
It kind of became a thing back in the like the 1500s, I think.
Just do what we all did when we were 13. Use spray paint.
John,
Is that just me?
Scoutmasters can tell, dude.
No. Hang my head in shame. Anyway.
Anyway, so it started with like prostitutes. They would shave themselves to avoid contracting social diseases that, lice, things like that. But then they would cover themselves with fake pubic hair, and that became a fashion. They started to like put things in them like jewels and stuff like that. And apparently today it has a presence in fetish societies and circles. So that's the thing I didn't know. And
Does Hobby Lobby sell that stuff? Can I get bedazzled at Hobby Lobby?
It's bejazzled.
If you're female, perhaps.
Well, yeah, men use them too, apparently.
So we gotta come up with a new name for it.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's something I learned, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. And that guy in Germany, Klaus, please come back.
Yeah, we miss you, bud.
But I didn't. I thought I was worldly. Apparently, there are things I don't know. So
There's at least 3 left.
I usually giggle at jokes that other people don't know what's going on, and but yeah.
So what's that? Merkin?
Merkin.
Merkin?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Do you think they make clown wig Merkin?
I can
should,
only
right?
hope.
I would like to insert a footnote here. My wife suggested I tell that story this podcast. So
It's awesome.
'cause I-
So if you get the clown wig Merkin and you can have like the red ball at the end of it, and it makes like that honking bicycle horn noise. That would be
That
awesome.
was more goose. Sorry.
Have you ever wondered that about clowns, or like if the face paint goes all the way down?
No. I haven't.
Well, now you can't stop wondering about it. Next time you'll see a clown.
I can tell you from
It's the
personal
first thing you'll
experience
think.
and the reason that I'm traumatized that yes, the paint goes all the way down.
Jason
Nice.
hopes that's a joke.
One would hope.
Oh man. So now you've been educated. You're welcome.
Merkins. All right.
That's all I have this week.
Guess.
Hey guys, check out this pubic rug. The
At least I didn't show you. I have procured several samples. Here's a gift basket.
Can't wait till like other like wigs are for other body like armpit hair. Like where else can we use this? Is my question.
Those are big in
So many
Europe right now.
possibilities. Is there really anyone who wants more armpit hair though, other than like 12-year-old boys?
On girls?
On themselves.
Oh,
Like when you're a kid, you get like your first armpit hair. It's like, yeah, I'm
I
a
was gonna say,
man now.
You were a weird kid. If that's
I mean, not yet, but if we can get like Rihanna to sport armpit hair,
Oh, yeah.
everyone else will.
Everyone's gonna start doing it.
We're having a business conversation when this podcast is over. I think we got something.
I want somebody to go full body Merkin and
Just
just
be like a
Bigfoot.
Sasquatch.
I'm almost there. Might as well go the rest of the way.
Like one big Merkin, or like patches of all these random little ones.
Just like a
Choice, I
what's
guess.
that Sesame Street character that lives in the garbage can?
Oscar.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It smells like a garbage can too.
That's probably where it came from.
Oh, please don't make us the title of the episode.
Too late. I'm glad you said that because I didn't even think of it.
It's all you, man.
Okay, well, I can't follow up that. but- Okay, I looked up some stupid and frivolous lawsuits because those are funny. And my brother's a lawyer, so these are the type of stuff I gotta bug him about. But there's a lot of them. I'll just read a few of the ones I like. 2017, a man sued his blind date for being on her phone too long. A 37-year-old from Austin, Texas, was so offended that his date spent the whole time there at the movies watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 texting on her phone that he sued her. He claimed her behavior was breaking theater rules and affected his movie watching experience.
She's like, I'm your wife.
She eventually agreed to pay him the $17.31 for her movie ticket if he would just leave her alone. He withdrew the lawsuit after she paid him the $17.
I'll bet he put his fedora on, combed his neck hair, and then walked away proudly.
You know,
Back to his mother's basement.
you could say it was kind of rude of her to be texting on the phone during the date, during the movie.
Yeah.
But I think she dodged the bullet by getting rid of this guy, personally.
Yeah. Incels everywhere cheered for him.
Here's one I like. The kidnapper sues his hostages for escaping. This is in 2012. Jesse Dimmick, a fugitive facing a murder charge for allegedly bludgeoning a man to death, kidnapped a Kansas couple in September of 2009. At some point, he fell asleep on their couch eating Cheetos and watching the Robin Williams movie Patch Adams, and they escaped while he was asleep. They then sued him for over $75,000 in damages. His response was to countersue for breach of contract. He claimed that he and the couple had a legally binding oral agreement for them to hide him from the police. His case was dismissed. Here's one from 2018. 2 McDonald's customers from where else? Florida sued the fast food chain for $5 million because they were made to pay the same amount for a quarter pounder sandwich with cheese as the cost without cheese. And it says in parentheses, that's a difference of about 30 cents. So they sued them for $5 million. The judge dismissed the case with prejudice, meaning they cannot file the suit again. The basis for the dismissal was that the plaintiffs could not prove the price they had to pay caused them any actual harm. This is a sad one. Husband sues wife over ugly baby.
Oh,
This was in 2012, and luckily it was in China, so it's not a comment on the American legal system. But
I thought you were just saying, thank God it's not an American baby. We're not going to see this ugly baby walking the streets of America.
Yeah, that is not acceptable. Our babies are beautiful, damn it. We're all movie stars here in America. Jian Feng from China saw his newborn daughter, who he said was incredibly ugly and did not look like either parent.
Oh my gosh.
He accused his wife of cheating on him. At that point, she admitted she had several plastic surgeries before they had met. So he sued her on the grounds of false pretenses, claiming she misled him by hiding her cosmetic history because she didn't really have the beautiful genetics that he thought she had. He actually won the case, and his wife was forced to pay him more than $120,000.
That's awful.
That is
Yeah,
horrible.
how dare she?
That's,
That is kind of sad.
it
Do you
is
think
sad.
she had to reverse her plastic surgery? That should have been in the terms too. They're like, and also your fake face has got to go. That is a deceit, and this man has been lied to.
Yeah, couple more. 1995, a man sues himself for $5 million. Here's his loophole. Prison inmate Robert Lee Brock was serving time for breaking and entering at the Indian Creek Correctional Center in Virginia, sued himself for $5 million, claiming that he violated his own religious beliefs by getting himself arrested. Here's the clever part. But since he has no income because he's in jail, Brock asked the state to pay as he was a ward of the state. The judge dismissed the case.
You clever girl.
Why?
Poor guy. He thought he had a loophole. Hey,
His mistake was asking for so much. Like if he'd
Right?
come in lower, like if he was like $30,000.
Or a turkey
what they'll pay.
sandwich.
well, that's kind of comes into play with the next one. A Tennessee man in 2019 sued fast food chain Popeye's Louisiana Chicken for $5,000 because they ran out of its famous chicken sandwich. And he claimed the restaurant wasted his time.
Can I sue Chick-fil-A for not being open on Sunday? How many times have I driven into the parking lot and then I'm like, nope,
Yep.
nope, forget it.
Here's a secret though. They're selling their sauce now like at grocery stores. So we all know the real secret of Chick-fil-A is their sauce. So just buy some and then
There you go.
just put it on everything, like Cheerios,
In your
in
bathtub,
your bathtub, hot dogs, cold dogs,
Yeah.
your dog.
the dog.
Dog. Okay, I got one more. 2006, a Portland, Oregon man sued Michael Jordan and Nike for a combined $832 million. Alan Heckard filed the suit claiming that he had been mistaken for Jordan nearly every day for 15 years, and he's sick of it. He says, I'm constantly being accused of looking like Michael, and it makes it very uncomfortable for me. So he sued Jordan for $416 million for defamation and permanent injury and emotional pain and suffering. He also sued Nike for an additional $416 million for promoting Jordan. But his logic is, his rambling, incoherent logic is amusing, if nothing more. People asked him how he came up with that $832 million, and his answer was, well, you figure with my age and you multiply that times 7, and when I turn around, then I figure that's what it all boils down to. That was his flawless logic, and he did eventually drop the case without giving a reason, most likely because he was told that he would have to pay for the defense's court costs if he lost.
Yeah, that's a
You know,
Just looked up his picture to see if he really looks like Michael
Yeah.
Jordan.
Not really. Not just
Yeah.
that. I was thinking, well, this guy missed out on a golden opportunity. If people really mistaken him for Jordan, I mean, sell autographs and selfies with people for $20 a pop and make some
there
cash.
you go.
Of course, it also says he's eight years older than Jordan and 6 inches shorter. So I wonder how many people really mistook him for
Platform shoes,
Jordan.
man.
Those are some pretty damn big platform shoes.
All I have to say, Zach Galifianakis is going down. I'm suing that
They're looking too much like you. You know he's older than you, and
Do
you
you know
look
how
like him.
traumatized I am from this shit?
You know what I had to do? I had to put a Fan X banner together and say he's coming.
With your picture?
No,
Just like
a
Zach
real,
is
a
coming.
real Zach Galifianakis picture. I put it on Facebook and promote it, and then you come with me to Fan X.
I like this idea. I like this idea.
And we
a
charge
lot.
for selfies.
See how many people can go along with it.
Yeah, until I get kicked out of Fan X for good. So,
Yeah.
well, that's awesome. That's the legal system at work. So,
Luckily, every one of these that was in the United States lost their case. The only one that won was that one from China. So
Again, how dare she?
an ugly baby.
Ugh, rude.
Like, what kind of, how bad could it have been?
All
Like,
babies
she
are
had
kind of ugly in a
reconstructive
way.
surgery. Was it the nose? Like, are we all, I'm curious. I want to know what the thing was that was like,
she had to put her.
whose baby is this?
He's like, well, you know, I had a penis before, so
I believe I've read this one before, and the epicanthic fold is taken away a lot of times in that country for the women. I read up on like kind of the whole cosmetic surgery that they do if they have the money for it, and they like to get rid of the epicanthic fold. They feel like they need to have the bigger eyes.
oh, weird.
And so I believe she did that, and probably something with her nose. I can't remember, but I remember that story from a while ago.
Huh.
I was curious about what the hell this guy's on, but
Yeah.
you know, so I read into it, and I guess that's a major surgery that a lot of people have.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I think it would have been funny if she was a dude, but then I guess she couldn't have had a baby. But
We're getting there.
anyway, well, that's cool. Did you have anything else you wanted to share, Eileen? Anything else besides
Try out some additional
some new
jokes.
material? Or
Oh, should I do another joke? I'll do one more thing from The Notebook,
Awesome.
from the movie The Notebook. I haven't
Please
seen
read
it.
the entire script.
I cry every time.
Me too.
You know, I've never seen The Notebook, which
really?
is like one of my badges of honor
That is
at this
impressive.
point, right?
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah,
But
you're-
you know what it's about, right?
I assume there's something to do with a notebook
kind of.
and time travel.
It's The Trapper Keeper. That would be like the 90s version. I would watch that.
Like splashed with neon paint colors. Geometric-
Lisa Frank, yes.
All Trapper Keepers remind me of is getting a boner in middle school and hiding
There's
it
a
with the
s-
Trapper
Oh,
Keeper.
okay. I thought the Trapper Keeper itself is what was giving it to you.
No.
What do you have on it? Like unicorns? Or...
No, he's like, my schedule is so booked. I'm just really aroused by that.
Oh yeah, so many classes. Oh, yeah.
It's like New Kids on the Block.
Donnie.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, sorry. I was looking for one that isn't too offensive.
And no rush because I can edit.
Um,
so.
okay, these are actually just some business ideas. Well, they're TV show ideas, reality show ideas, like one where it's like Shark Tank style, and a law firm gets to pitch themselves as the representatives for the Church of Satan, and we call it Devil's Advocate.
nice.
And then another one kind of similar. We could put them back to back on probably TLC. A reality show where priests date gay men called Love the Sinner.
I like it.
Don't steal those ideas. I just need to get the money together to produce them. Just got to pitch it to the Learning Channel to go with their 90-day fiance because they're desperately looking for anything else. Okay, how about, the Guns and Hoses thing that they do where the firemen compete against the policemen in hockey? Have you heard of this?
I have not.
No, but it sounds
Maybe they don't do
sexy.
it here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they did it back in where I'm from. But it's a cool annual fundraiser, and you buy tickets to go watch the game. But I think instead it should be ice dancing or ballroom dancing, right? And they have to dance with each other. And if they're but there's not enough women, then yeah.
yes. I would watch that.
I would too.
Yeah. So thanks for laughing at those.
No,
I want that show now. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, great. Well, if you want people to find you, where can they find you online?
Yeah.
Let's
Unlike-
do that
no,
for
what's your exact
science. Just
address?
where are you?
Let
GPS
me drop a
coordinates.
pin. You can find me. Find me on most of the social media sites. Eileen is a jerk or Eileen jokes. So easy to remember.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
It's awesome.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight or virtually here. And I'd love to see your routine sometime. We'll have to let us know when you're going to, crash one of the open mics and we'll
Absolutely.
show up. I know John wants to try it out. So
What?
you told me that.
Well,
Open
I
mic.
mean,
Send
like
me
a
a
secret?
5-minute video.
it's not like a secret. It was just kind of like a
This is like
food for thought thing. It's not actually like
We're
a plan.
pushing him into it, is what's coming down.
But
to.
no, we would absolutely go to see you, and we'd stand up with lighters. Yay, Eileen! We know her.
we will get kicked out for you.
I've
So-
done
Yeah.
it once. I'll do it again.
Like if you tell a joke that you told us first and everyone laughs, we'll take credit for it. It's like we affirmed that was a funny joke. So
She wrote that joke for me. That's my joke.
That's
yeah.
my joke.
Yeah.
Stop laughing. It's mine.
exactly.
I love it. No, it's been so much fun. It's great to chat with y'all. Your friendship has great energy. So it's really fun just to be able to join.
It's
I'm
more.
glad it
It's
comes
more.
across that
It's
way.
more
I hate
sad
them.
than inspiring. Really.
It's really strictly sexual at this point. So, but thank you for being here and
Yes, absolutely.
let us know if there's anything else we can do to promote you and we'll talk to you again soon. Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Bye.
Good night.